Automating processes is one of the most crucial parts of a business being successful. You don't want to waste time when you can automate different parts of your business. And today we're going to be checking out a software that is really helpful in that endeavor. It is called Zapier. Zapier is a no-code automation tool. It allows you to connect different apps and to create triggers for you to specify that if something triggers an event will come after that one, and so on. It basically enables workflow between different apps and allows you to save a bunch of time. Hello everyone, my name is Santiago. As I was telling you today, we're going to be checking out a really cool software called Zapier. I'm going to make two different tutorials talking about Zapier. In the first one, we're going to go about some of the basic functions of Zapier, how to understand the triggers and the actions, how to connect different apps. And on the second tutorial, we're going to dive a bit deeper into the more in-depth functionalities that Zapier has, so you can get a better idea of how to use them and get the most out of the software. So as always, I'm gonna make my face disappear so you can see my screen, and I'm gonna take you step by step from the creation process of your Zapier account to creating different automation processes, and basically so you get a better idea of how the software works. See you guys at the end. Zapier is gonna ask us some questions at the beginning so we can set up our account the best way possible. We can choose our role in the enterprise. Let's say that we're in marketing. It asks us our company size as well, and it provides us with different apps regarding the role and the field that we selected our company to be on. I'm gonna skip this for now, and we're taken to Zapier's homepage. As you see right here, we have 14 free days to try Zapier. We have some affiliate links on the description box down below for you to use the paid version as well. But for now, in this tutorial and the next one, we're gonna be checking out all of the free tools that Zapier has to offer. Basically, Zapier allows you to automate tasks from different apps and connect those apps. That is what we're going to do. We can do it in a couple of ways. We can click this plus sign right here that says create. We can go to the Zaps tab as well. And if we click on this plus sign right here that says create, we can create our first Zap. This is the interface that Zapier uses. It is a list point of view. Right at the top, we have the triggers that trigger the events that are to follow. We could also use the Copilot, the AI assistant. We can describe what we want to automate, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're gonna be first doing it manually. So if we click right here on the first trigger, let's say that when we receive an email, we want something else to happen. So let's click on Gmail. Right here on the right, we can choose which event will be the first trigger. Let's say that the first trigger is gonna be when we get a new email. So we must link an account to this specific trigger. We can further configure more stuff about the trigger. For example, if we have some labels, we could add them to this specific trigger, the new email trigger, and we can also test it so we see that the trigger is set up correctly. And now for the second step, let's say that when we get a new email, let's say that we want a new Notion document to be created, and right now we have a Notion account linked to this specific automation process as well. We can configure it further. For example, we can select the parent page inside of Notion. Let's say we're gonna pick this one. We can add a title, content, some icon, and covers. We can add any title we want, some content. This is basically how you create a really fast and easy automation process. You can further add more actions if you click on the plus sign at the bottom. You could add the apps that are here at home. You could add specific apps in this other tab right here. We can add, for example, flow controls if we want to delay some processes, filter them. If we want them to repeat themselves, we could create a loop from text. We can add further elements to our automation process. Let's say we want to add a chatbot, and you can also use the AI Copilot for you to create new parts of the process. Let's go back to the homepage so we can create a Zap using the Copilot that I was telling you about. If we describe what we want to use our automation process with, let's say that I write, whenever I receive an email regarding an invoice, I want a new Excel document to be created. We can send it. The Copilot is going to take a couple of seconds to create an outline. And as you see, it created a couple of different steps for us to add to our automation process. If we click right here on the plus sign, it is going to be added as the trigger. And then the second one is going to be created as the second part once the trigger has been triggered. Right now, I don't have a Microsoft account to link to this specific example. So let's create another one. Let's say that when I get a meeting email, I want it to be added to Calendly automatically. Let's add the trigger and then let's add the next step. Let's click on continue. And I've already tested this automation process. If I get a new email to the email that I specified right here, we're gonna create a one-off meeting in Calendly that I have right here. This is the meeting that the software created. And as you see, it's really intuitive and easy to use. That is pretty much how you use the basics of Zapier. I find this software really helpful for you to do repetitive tasks in your personal or your job life. If you need to schedule manually a lot of meetings, for example, or if you need to input a lot of different numbers into an Excel, you can use Zapier to automate some of the parts that are not that fun to work with. Once again, this is the first part of the tutorial. I'm gonna be making a second video talking about some other functionalities of Zapier. If you want to use all of the paid versions, we have some affiliate links on the description box down below. I really want to read all of your comments down below as well. Let me know the most creative ways you have used Zapier with, or if you're looking forward to using it. Once again, my name is Santiago. Thank you very much for being here. If you like these tutorials, please consider subscribing to the channel and see you on the second part of the tutorial. Bye bye.